Uncle Vanya by Anton Chekhov. A translation Annie Baker. Act 1. A garden. A section of the house is visible along with the veranda. A table is set for tea. It is between 2 and 3 in the afternoon. Irina, a sedentary old woman, sits by the samovar, knitting a stocking. Astrov walks around nearby.
You should eat something.
I don't feel like it.
How about a little vodka?
No, I don't always drink vodka, you know. It's too hot anyway. Nanny, how long have we known each other?
How long? God help me. Let's see. You first came here when Sonyechka's mother was still alive. Vera Petrovna. You stayed with us twice, 2 different winters. So, 11 years? Maybe more?
Have I changed?
Oh, yes. You were young then, very handsome, and now you're old. You're not as attractive anymore. You also drink.
Yep. In 10 years, I've turned into a completely different person. You want to know why? I work too much, Nanny. I'm on my feet all day. I never relax. And then at night, I lie awake in bed, waiting for someone to knock on my door and drag me away to see another patient. I haven't had one day off the entire time you've known me. Of course I seem old. Yeah, and for what it is, life is pretty boring and stupid. You're surrounded by creeps. You spend all day hanging out with creeps. A few years go by, and little by little, without even realizing it, you become a creep yourself. It's unavoidable. I become a creep, Nanny. Although, you know, I'm not a complete idiot. My brain still works, thank God, but I feel sort of numb. I don't want anything. I don't need anything. I don't love anybody. Well, do you? I love you. I had a nanny like you when I was a boy.
You should eat something.
No. I was in Molisco during Lent for the epidemic, typhus. And the peasants were lying side by side in these little cabins, almost on top of each other. I mean, the filth, the stench, the air was filled with smoke, and cows were lying on the floor next to people. Pigs too. I worked all day. I didn't sit down once. I didn't eat or drink, and when I finally get home, they don't let me go to sleep. There's been an accident. They bring me this switchman from the railroad, and I put him on the table so I can operate. Then he up and dies on me under chloroform. And just when I didn't need it, all these emotions are flooding in, and this thought that just kind of nipped at my conscience, that thought that maybe, just maybe, I had intentionally killed him. I sat down and I closed my eyes and I thought, how will those who live 100 or 200 years after us, the people for whom we clear the road, will they say nice things about us? Nanny, they won't even remember.
People won't remember, but God will.
Thank you. All said.
Yep. Yes.
Sleep well?
Oh, yes, very. Ever since the professor moved here with his spouse, things have been totally haywire. I sleep during the day, I eat Caucasian stews. I drink wine. It's not healthy. I'm just not used to free time. Sonia and I were always working, and she does everything herself. And I sleep and eat and drink. Not good.
The samovar has been on all morning, but the professor gets up at noon. We used to have lunch at 1, like normal people. Now we eat at 6 or 7. Then at night the professor wants to read and write, but at 2 a.m. he's calling for me. What is it, sweetie? Tea, Nanny. Wake everyone up. Put on the samovar. What a way to live.
How long are they staying?
100 years. The professor wants to settle down here.
It's the same thing today. The samovar's been on the table for 2 hours and they've gone for a walk.
They're coming. They're coming. Act natural.
Excellency, what did you think? Oh, seems to be frozen. Remarkable, remarkable, Excellency.
We're going to the forest tomorrow, Papa. Do you want to come?
Tea time, ladies and gentlemen.
I think you'd really like it.
Oh, it's hot outside. It's disgusting. And our famous scholar is in a coat and galoshes, with an umbrella and wearing gloves.
Trying to take care of himself.
But she's good looking.
Oh, you know, Marina Trifonevna, yeah, I was thinking whether I'm, riding my horse through a field or taking a walk in the shady garden, or even just now, just sitting here looking at this table in front of me, I am capable of experiencing extreme bliss. The weather's wonderful. The birds are singing. We live in peace and harmony. I mean, what more could one ask for? I am grateful.
Her eyes. Jesus. Amazing woman.
Tell us something else, Ivan Petrovich. Talk to us.
What do you want me to talk about?
There's nothing new.
Nope. Nothing. I'm the same as always. Actually, I'm worse. I'm lazy and I don't do anything, and I'm whiny and bitter like a piece of horseradish. Oh, and Mama, the old crow, she's still going on and on about women's liberation.
And the professor.
Oh, the professor sits in his study all day and writes. How does it go? With tired minds and furrowed brows, we write ode after ode, not for ourselves and not for the praise for anyone but will hear. I feel bad for the paper. He should be writing his autobiography instead. That's a good story. You see, the professor is an old bread crust, a dried up fish. He has gout, rheumatism, migraines. His liver is inflamed with envy and regret. And now he lives here, thanks to his first wife, because he can't afford to live in the city anymore. Oh, and he's always complaining about the misfortune, even though he's unbelievably lucky. I mean, think of how lucky he is. The son of a sexton, a seminary student, he's managed to get all of these academic degrees and professorships. People call him Your Excellency. The son-in-law to a senator. Not that any of that is important, by the way, but just think about it. There is a person who's been reading and writing about art for 25 years, and he understands absolutely nothing about art. For 25 years, he's been rehashing other people's thoughts about realism, naturalism, blah, blah, blah. For 25 years, he's just been writing the things intelligent people already know and stupid people could care less about. That's 25 years just emptied into the void. And what egotism! He's so pretentious. Now he's retired and nobody's ever heard of him. He's a total unknown. What that means is that there's 25 years just used up. And he walks around like some kind of demigod.
Ah, so you're jealous of him.
Of course I'm jealous of him.
Mm.
And his success with women. He's like Don Chan, his first wife, my sister. A beautiful, gentle creature. Pure as the blue sky. Honest. Kind. I mean, she had more suitors than he had students. She really loved him. Really loved him the way that only an angel can love. Mother, his mother-in-law, still adores him. You saw her just now. She married my sister, married him. And my mother is just obsessed with him. And his second wife, the one you just saw, she married an old man. She just gave him her youth and her beauty. And I mean, for what?
Is she faithful?
Oh, yes, unfortunately so.
Why is it unfortunate?
Because her fidelity is false. It's good rhetoric, but it's bad logic. To marry an old man that you can't stand, that's immoral. But then to silence your youth and your dreams and your spirit in order to stay with him, that's not immoral. That's a good argument.
Vanya, I don't like when you talk like this. Being unfaithful to your wife, to your husband, it's like being unfaithful to your country.
Oh, shut up, Waffle.
Allow me, Vanya. So my wife ran away after the day of our wedding with another man on account of my unbecoming exterior. But I take my duty seriously. I still love her and am faithful to her. I help her out whenever I can. I give her my property so she could stay there and raise the children she had with the other man. And I'm not happy. I lost happiness long ago, but I still have my pride. And her, she's getting older. Her beauty has faded in keeping with the laws of nature, and the man she loved has died. So, what does she have left?
Ninechka? Ninechka, the peasants are here. Go talk to them. I'll do the tea.
I came to see your husband. You wrote me that he was sick, rheumatism and something else, but he seems perfectly healthy to me.
Well, last night he was moping around and complaining about the pain in his legs.
Mm. Well, I rode 30 verse and almost broke my neck getting here. Oh, well, it's fine. It's not the first time. I'll stay here tonight and then at least I can have my sleep. Quantum satis.
Oh, good. You never spend the night. Have you eaten?
No, ma'am.
Well, then you can have lunch with us. We eat between 6 and 7 now. This tea is cold.
The temperature of the samovar has dropped considerably.
It's fine, Ivan Ivanich. We'll drink it cold.
Yes, I'm sorry, but my name is not Ivan Ivanich. It's Ilya Ilyich Telegan, or as some call me on account of my pockmarked face, Waffles. I've known Sonyechka since she was a baby, and I helped baptize her. And your husband, His Excellency, he knows me very well. I live here now. I live with you. If you'd be so kind enough to notice, I eat meals with you every day.
Ilya Ilyich is our right-hand man. Pass me your cup, Godfather. I'll pour you some tea.
Oh,
What's wrong, Babushka?
I forgot to tell Alexander. My memory is terrible. I got a letter from Kharkov. Pavel Alexeyevich sent a new pamphlet.
Is it interesting?
Interesting, yes, but very strange. He's refuting the same idea he upheld 7 years ago. I think it's terrible.
There's nothing terrible about it, Mama. Drink your tea.
I want to talk about it. Why can't I talk about it?
We've been talking and talking about pamphlet for 50 years. Maybe it's time we just end it.
You just don't like the sound of my voice anymore. You find me unpleasant for some reason. I'm sorry, Jean, but you've changed so much in the past year. I barely recognize you. You used to have passions. You were a man with convictions. You were lit from within.
I was lit from within. Nobody wanted my light. Lit from within, that's a terrible thing to say. I am 47 years old now. It's all over. Until this past year, I was just like you, another pseudo-intellectual, eyes closed, trying not to see life for what it really is. I thought that was the right way to be, but God, now? You only knew. I don't sleep at night. I'm so dissatisfied. I lie awake in bed, fuming that I let all this time slip by. I'm an idiot. I could have had everything, and now I'm old and I have nothing.
Uncle Vanya, this is boring.
You blame your prior convictions, but they're not to blame. You yourself are to blame. You never understood that just having convictions doesn't lead to success. You should have done something.
Done something. We can't all be writing perpetuum mobile like your air professor.
So what's your point?
Grandmother, Uncle Vanya, please.
I'll be quiet. Be quiet. Sorry.
It's really nice out today. Not too hot.
Uh-huh. Perfect weather for hanging yourself.
Sip, 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 sip.
What did the peasants want, Ninechka?
Same as always. It's that old piece of land again. Sip, 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 sip.
Who are you looking for?
Petrushka walked off with the chicks. I don't want the crows to find them.
Ugh.
Is the doctor here? Because they've come for you, Mikhail Lovovich.
Jesus, where'd they come from?
Oh, they've come from the factory.
Oh, all right. Thank you. What can I do? I have to go. God damn it, this is really annoying.
I'm so sorry. Come back for dinner when you're done?
No, it's too late. Where's my... You know what? Bring me a glass of vodka first. Where is my... In one of his plays, Ostrovsky has a character with a big mustache and zero aptitude. That would be me. Goodbye, everybody. If you want to drop by at some point with Sophia Alexandrovna, of course, that would make me very happy. My estate isn't very big, but I have an orchard and a nice nursery. You wouldn't find a better one for hundreds of verse, actually. Oh, and there's a state forest nearby. The groundskeeper is old and sick, so I pretty much managed the whole thing for him anyway.
Yes, I've been told that you love the forest. That's very sweet. But doesn't it interfere with your true calling? I mean, you're a doctor,
Only God knows about our true callings.
and you find it interesting.
Yes, the work is very interesting.
But you're still so young. You look, what, 36, 37? It can't possibly be as interesting as you say. A forest is just a lot of trees. It seems pretty monotonous.
Oh no, it's fascinating. Mikhail Lovovich plants a new forest every year, and they've already given him a bronze medal and a certificate for his work. He also petitions to save the older forests. If you talk to him about it, you'll end up completely agreeing with him. He says, forests are the most beautiful things on earth, and they actually teach us what beauty is. They also inspire, they put us in a more spiritual mood. The forest tempers the harsh climate. And in countries where the climate is gentle, people are kinder and more adaptable and attractive, and their speech is elegant. They even move gracefully. Science and art flourish in these countries, and their philosophy is enlightened, and their attitude towards women is mature and evolved, which is more than
Bravo! Oh, that's all very nice, Sonia, but not particularly convincing. I will continue to burn firewood on my stove, thank you, and build wooden sheds if I need to.
You could use heat in your stove, and you could build your own sheds out of stone. Listen, I can tolerate people chopping down a forest out of necessity, but why destroy all of them? The Russian forest is being decimated. Millions of trees perish. Animals and birds have to look for a new place to live. Rivers recede. This wonderful, sacred landscape is disappearing, all on account of people like you who don't want to bend down and pick up their own fuel off the ground. Don't you agree? You have to be a barbarian to take that kind of beauty and burn it up in your stove. Man has been blessed with reason and creativity, but instead of progressing, he only knows how to ruin. There are fewer and fewer forests. Rivers are drying up. Wildlife is being displaced. The climate is changing, and every day the land becomes less fertile and more disgraceful. You're giving me an ironic look. You're not taking anything I say seriously. And you know what? Maybe I'm crazy, but when I walk through a forest that I saved, when I hear the sound of the wind rustling in young trees that I planted, I realize I have my own little bit of control over the climate. And if after thousands of years, one person is happier because of it, well then, I can't tell you the feeling I get when I plant a birch tree. I see it grow up and sprout leaves. I mean, I fill up with pride. But then again, it's time for me to go. Maybe I'm just crazy. Goodbye.
When will you come to see us again?
I'm not sure.
Are we going to have to wait another month?
Ivan Petrovich, you behaved like a child. Did you have to insult my husband in front of Maria Vasilyevna? And today you picked a fight with him at breakfast. It's so petty.
I hate him.
It's pointless to hate Alexander. He's the same as all of us. He's no worse than you.
Oh, if you could see your face right now and the way you move, the laziness, you could do less.
Fine, fine. I'm lazy and I'm boring. You know, everyone makes fun of Alexander and pretends to pity me. Poor thing, she has an old husband. But I see past it. It's just like Astrov said, man will indiscriminately destroy the forest until there's nothing left. It's the same thing when you pick people apart and try to make sure that there's no purity or self-sacrifice left in them. Why can't you make peace with a woman who isn't yours? The doctor is right. The demon of destruction is inside all of you. You don't care about the forest. You don't care about the birds. And you don't actually care about me.
I don't like it when you philosophize.
The doctor has a tired, anxious face. An interesting face. Sonia likes him, obviously. She's in love with him. Since I've been here, he's come to visit 3 different times, but you know, I get shy around him. We've never had a real conversation. Maybe I haven't been nice enough. Maybe he thinks I'm mean. That's why we're friends, Ivan Petrovich. We're both tedious, boring people. Don't look at me like that.
How do you want me to look at you? I'm in love with you. You're my only happiness. You're my youth. I know there's no chance of us ever being together and you loving me. 0 chance even, but I don't need anything from you. I just want to look at you and listen to your voice.
Someone could hear you.
Just let me talk to you about my love. Don't run away. That would be the closest thing to happiness for me.
This is excruciating.
Act 2. A dining room in Sierra Bryakov's house. It is night. A watchman can be heard tapping his stick outside. Sierra Bryakov sits in an armchair in front of an open window and dozes. Yelena sits by his side and also dozes.
Who's there? Sonia, is that you?
It's me.
Lenoshka, the pain is unbearable.
Your blanket fell on the floor. I'll close the window.
No, I can't breathe. I dozed off and dreamt that my left leg didn't belong to me. The pain woke me up. Excruciating pain. This can't be gout. It has to be rheumatism. What time is it?
Past midnight.
Tomorrow morning, go in the library and look for Batishko. I think I saw him there.
Huh?
Look for Batishko in the morning. Remember, we had a copy? Why am I having such a hard time breathing?
I'm tired. You haven't slept in 2 nights.
They say I've developed angina from gout. Old age is so goddamn repulsive. When I got old, I started repulsing myself and everyone else too. So to one look at me.
You act like it's our fault that you're old.
And you more than anyone, you find me repulsive. Oh, come on. I understand you're young, healthy, beautiful, and you want to live. And I'm an old man, nearly a corpse. You know, I should be dead by now. It's embarrassing that I'm still alive, but just wait. You'll be free of me soon now.
I'm so tired. Can we please be quiet for a little while?
And of course, thanks to me, everyone is exhausted and bored and unfulfilled. You're all wasting your youth, and I'm completely, perfectly content and delighted to be alive. Yes, fine, of course.
Quiet! You're torturing me.
I torture everyone.
This is horrible. What do you want from me?
Nothing.
Well, then stop talking.
If Ivan Petrovich is talking, or even that old witch Maria Yaslina, it's nothing. It's fine. People listen, they rap. But if I start talking, if I say a single word, everyone looks. Even my voice is repulsive. Well, fine. Let's say I'm this guy. I'm an egotistical bastard. Don't I have right to be egotistical in my old age? Haven't I earned that much? I'm asking you, Yelena. Do I have the right to a peaceful old age and a little attention?
No one is disputing your rights. I'm closing the window. It's going to rain. No one is disputing your rights.
You don't know what it's like to spend your whole life at the university, to have an office, a lecture hall, colleagues, and then to suddenly out of nowhere find reading the script, surrounded with a bunch of idiots having pointless conversations. I still want to live. I still want fame and success and to feel like I'm part of something important. This is like living inside. I spend every minute of past obsessing over other people's success, fearing death. I can't do it much longer. I don't have the strength. And on top, it hates me for being old.
Hang in there. In 5 or 6 years, I'll be old too.
Papa, you told us to send for Dr. Astrov, but now that he's here, you've refused to see him? It's inconsiderate. He went to all this trouble.
What do I need Astra for? He knows as much about medicine as I do about astronomy.
So what do you want? The entire medical faculty to come down and write a prescription for your gout?
That man is a joke. I have nothing to say to him.
Fine. Whatever you want. I don't care anymore.
Sit down.
Almost 1.
It's so stuffy in here. Sonia, bring me my drops. The ones on the table.
Hold on.
Oh, not those, god damn it.
Don't be
I can't even ask
rude.
for anything.
Don't be rude. Maybe some people respond to it, but not me. I don't like it. I don't have time for it. I have to get up early in the morning and cut hay.
Storm is coming. There it is. Helene, Sonia, go to bed. I've come to relieve.
No, don't leave me here with him. He'll talk to me.
They need sleep. This is the second night in a row you've kept them up.
Fine, they can go. But you have to leave too. Thank you for your offering, but I beg you, in a form of friendship, please go. We'll talk later.
Our former friendship.
Be quiet, Uncle Vanya.
My darling, don't leave me here with him. He'll talk my ear off.
Ah, this is hilarious.
Oh, Nanechka, you need to go to bed.
The samovar is still on the table.
Yes, no one sleeps. Everyone is exhausted. And I'm having time of my life.
What is it, sweetie? Are you in pain? My legs ache too. Oh, you wouldn't believe how they ache. You've been sick for a long time now. Vera Petrovna, may she rest in peace, Sonyechka's mother, she used to lose sleep at night worrying about you. She loved you so much. Old people are like children. All they want is a little pity. Isn't that right? But they don't give us enough of it. Never enough. Go to bed, sweetie pie. I'll tuck you in. Come on, let's go. You shining star. I'll make you some linden tea, and then we'll warm up your little legs. And after you fall asleep, I'll say a prayer.
All right, let's go.
My legs ache too. Oh, it's a terrible feeling, isn't it? Vera Petrovna loved you so much. She was always worried about you. You were just a tiny baby back then, Soniechka, a silly little thing. Come on, that's right. Come this way. You're such a special, special man.
It completely exhausts me. I can barely stand up.
Yeah, well, I exhaust myself. This is the third night in a row I haven't slept.
There's something wrong with this house. Your mother hates everything except for the professor and her pamphlets. The professor is a mess. He doesn't trust me and he's scared of you. Sonia is angry with her father and angry with me. She hasn't spoken to me in 2 weeks. And you hate my husband and treat your mother like garbage. I'm going insane. I almost burst into tears 20 times today. There's something seriously wrong with this house.
Philosophizing again.
You're an educated man, Ivan Petrovich. You, of all people, should understand that the world isn't a terrible place because of robberies and fires. It's all the hatred and rivalry and petty squabbles. You need to stop complaining and start trying harder to make peace in your family.
First, I'd have to make peace with myself. My darling.
Oh, stop it. Get away from me.
Soon it'll stop raining, and everything outside will be clean and refreshed. But not me. There's this one thought that I can't get out of my head. It haunts me. It's always quietly suffocating me. The thought that my life has been irrevertibly lost. The past is gone. It was wasted away on trivialities, and the present, God, the present is just as ridiculous and too ridiculous for words. Look, here is my love for you. Where do you want me to put it? What do you want me to do with it? These are my deepest, truest feelings, and they're perishing like a ray of sunshine that's just fallen into a ditch.
When you talk about your love for me, I go completely blank. I'm sorry, I have nothing to say. Good night.
And that's the part that kills me. The part that really kills me is the fact that there is another life being wasted in this house, in this room right next to mine. What are you waiting for? What kind of crazy philosophical argument can you make against it? And in your defense, you have to understand.
You're drunk, Ivan Petrovich.
It's possible. It's possible.
Where's the doctor?
He's here, spending the night with me. It's possible. It's possible.
So you drank too much.
It's possible.
Again. Why are you doing this?
When I'm drunk, life seems more like life. Try to stop me, Elaine.
You never used to drink this much. Ugh, you never used to talk this much either. Go to bed. You're boring me.
My darling, my sweet little wonder.
Please leave me alone. This is repulsive.
She's gone. I met her 10 years ago at my sister's house. She was 17 and I was 37. Why didn't I just fall in love with her right then and propose that night? It would have been possible. She'd be my wife now. Yes. Right now the storm would be waking her up and she'd be frightened and I'd hold her and I would whisper, "Don't be scared. I'm right here." Just thinking about it makes me happy. See, I'm laughing. But then I get so confused. Why am I old? Why doesn't she love me back? Oh, and her rhetoric, her lazy morality, her pretentiousness. I just feel so despicable. I was lied to. I loved the professor. I loved that pathetic, gout-ridden man. I worked like an ox for him. Sonia and I just spent every last drop and poured it all into this estate. We lived like peasants. We sold vegetable oil and beans and cheese and nearly starved to death so we could save every kopeck for him. Oh, I was so proud of him. I lived and breathed for him. Every word he wrote, everything he said was an act of genius to me. God. And now he's retired, and I take a step back and look at the sum of his life, and he won't be survived by a single sheet of paper. He's completely unknown. He's nothing. A soap bubble. So I was lied to. See that now? I was a fool.
Play.
Oh, sir, everyone is sleeping.
Play. You alone? No ladies? The thunder woke me up. This is some downpour. What time is it?
Who the hell cares?
I thought I heard Yelena Andreevna.
She was just here.
Mm. She's a gorgeous woman. Medicine. He's got every prescription in the world. One from Kharkov and Moscow and Tula. Is he sick or is he pretending?
He's sick.
Why do you look so depressed? You feel bad for him.
Leave me alone.
Or could it be you're in love with his wife?
She's my friend.
Ah, already, huh?
What do you mean already?
Women and men can only become friends in this order. First acquaintances, then lovers, and then friends.
That's a pretty vulgar thing to say.
How so? All right, so I'm feeling kind of vulgar. You see, I'm drunk. I get drunk like this about, I don't know, once a month, and when I'm this drunk, I'm shameless. Nothing is sacred. I take on the most difficult operations, and I perform them brilliantly. I come up with vague and impossibly beautiful plans for the future. When I'm this drunk, I stop feeling like a creep, and I start believing that I provide an enormous service to mankind. Enormous. Times like this, I have my own perfect philosophical order, and all of you, my brothers, appear to be tiny insects, microbes. Oh, play, Waffles, play.
My dear friend, you know I'd be happy to, but you have to understand that people are sleeping.
Play. Let's have a drink. I think there's some cognac left. And when the sun comes up, we'll go to my place. Shall we? I have this paramedic who always says, shall we? Instead of shall we? He's an asshole. Shall we? Excuse me, I forgot my necktie.
Uncle Vanya, you got drunk with the doctor again. He's always been like that, but at your age, it doesn't suit you.
Age doesn't matter. When you have no life, you live for your imagination. Better than nothing.
Well, that's wonderful. The hay's been cut, it's raining, everything's rotting, and you're living in your imagination. You completely abandoned your work. I have to do everything by myself now. I'm running out of energy, you know. Oh, Uncle Vanya, you have tears in your eyes.
Tears? No, it's nothing. It's silly. The way you looked at me just now. You were exactly like your mother. My sister. My sweet sister. Where is she now? If only she knew. Oh, if only she knew.
Knew what?
That it's just this misery is so nothing. After all, it's just it's nothing. I'll go now.
Mikhail Lovovich, are you still awake?
No.
I need to talk to you for a minute.
Hold on. What can I do for you?
Listen, you can drink all you want if that's what makes you happy, but don't get my uncle drunk. It's not good for him.
Fine, we won't drink anymore. Look, I'm going home. It's already decided. By the time the horses are ready, it'll be light outside.
But it's still raining.
No, it's almost over. I'll just catch the end of it. It's time for me to go. And maybe don't invite me to come see your father anymore. I keep telling him it's gout, and he keeps saying it's rheumatism. I ask him to lie down, he sits up, and then today he refused to talk to me at all.
He's spoiled. Are you hungry? I might have a little snack.
Feel free.
I love a late night snack. Oh, there are leftovers. You know, they say that it was my father's success with women that spoiled him. Here, have some cheese.
This is the first thing I've eaten all day. Your father is kind of he's a difficult guy. May I? All right. Since it's just us, I'm going to speak candidly. I wouldn't survive a month in this house. I'd suffocate. You got your father. He only cares about his gout and his books, and you got your Uncle Vanya and his depression. Your grandmother, and that stepmother of yours.
What about my stepmother?
Everything about a person should be beautiful. Her face, her clothes, but also her soul and her thoughts. Your stepmother is good looking. I'll give her that, but all she does is eat, drink, walk around, and enchant people with her beauty. Her life has no purpose. She has no responsibilities. Other people do the work for her. That's how it is, right? You know, and I think a life of leisure is a life wasted. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I'm dissatisfied, just like your Uncle Vanya, and we're both turning into curmudgeons.
Are you really that dissatisfied with your life?
Listen, in general, I love life. But life in this part of the world, I mean, this particular Russian Philistine country existence, I can't stand it anymore. I hate it. And if we're talking about my personal life, I mean, God, there's nothing to be said about it. Nothing good, anyway. You know, when you're walking in the woods on a dark night and you see this light shining far off in the distance, and you think to yourself, even though I'm tired and it's dark and the branches are scratching my face, everything is going to be okay because I have that light and I'll get there eventually. Well, I work, you know this. I work harder than anyone else in this country. I mean, I'm beaten down, Sonia. I suffer unbearably, but I have no light in the distance. I can't see anything up ahead. I no longer expect anything of myself, and I don't think I'm capable of really loving anyone. It's been such a long time since I felt real love for anyone.
You don't love anyone?
No, no one. I mean, I feel a certain fondness for your nanny, but it's kind of a nostalgia. See, the peasants I meet are all totally backward and they live in filth, but I find it even harder to get along with educated people. It's so tiring. Everyone we know, all our supposed friends, they're consumed by petty thoughts and petty feelings, and they can't see past their own noses. The truth is, educated people are often pretty stupid. And the smart ones can be the most insufferable. They get hysterical. They analyze themselves to death. They whine and they gossip and they say terrible things about each other. And then when they meet someone new, they scrutinize him, you say, and they say, oh, he's a psychopath, or you know, he's so pretentious. And when they can't find a label to stick to my forehead, they say something like, he's strange. That's just something a little strange about him. Well, yeah, I love the forest. I guess that's strange. I don't eat meat. I guess that makes me strange. We've lost any kind of pure, immediate connection with nature or with each other. No, thank you, not for me.
I don't.
What's that about?
It's just that it doesn't suit you. You're so refined. You have such a gentle voice. You're not like anyone else I know. You are wonderful. Who wants to be like those people who get drunk and play cards all day? Please stop drinking. You always say that instead of creating, mankind destroys. So then why would you destroy yourself and your beautiful? It's just not. There's no reason to do it. Please, 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 I'm begging you, stop drinking.
Done. I won't drink anymore.
Give me your word.
You have my word.
Thank you.
Basta, I've sobered up. See, I'm already sober, and I will remain so for the rest of my days. All right, well, to sum up, time has passed. It's too late for me. I'm older now. I'm overworked and I've gotten a little coarse and I feel numb all the time. I don't get attached to people. I don't love anybody. And that's it. I won't love anybody until I die. What still gets me is beauty. I'm not indifferent to beauty. If Yelena Andreevna wanted to, she could make my head spin. But see, that's not love. That's not real attachment. That's
What's wrong?
nothing. It's I had a patient die under chloroform during Lent.
You need to forget about that. Mikhail Lovovich, I'm just curious about something. Say that I had a friend or a younger sister and you found out that she loved you. How would you react?
I don't know. I guess I would try to help her understand that I couldn't love her back. And I tell her I'm not interested in that sort of thing anymore. Anyway, I really need to get going. I need to go. Let's say goodbye, sweetheart. Or next thing you know, it'll be morning. I'll go through the living room. Otherwise, your uncle might try to find me and keep me here.
He didn't tell me anything. Not really. His heart is so closed off. So then why do I feel so happy? God, I told him he was refined with a gentle voice. Did I really say that? Oh God. It's true. His voice has a way of quivering in my, it's like he's touching me when he talks. I can still feel him in the air. It's horrible. Why am I not pretty? And I know it too, I'm not pretty. Last Sunday when we were at church, I heard a woman say she's kind and she has a good personality, but she's just not pretty. It's such a shame. Not pretty.
The rain stopped. The air feels amazing. Where's the doctor?
He's gone.
Sophie,
What?
when are you going to stop being mad at me? Neither one of us did anything wrong. Why do we have to be enemies? It's too much.
I wanted to make up, but no more being angry.
Well, good.
Did Papa go to bed?
No, he's sitting in the living room. Sometimes we go weeks without speaking to each other. God knows why. What's this?
Mikhail Lovovich wanted a snack.
There's wine. Come on, let's drink. Bruderschaft.
Yes.
From one glass. It's better this way. So, I can call you T?
Tea. I've wanted to make up for a long time, but I was ashamed. I guess
Why are you crying?
I don't know. I'm just crying.
That happens. You nut. Now you're making me cry. You're mad at me because you think I married your father for the wrong reasons. I swear on my life, I married him for love. I was captivated by him. He was this famous scholar, and I mean, it wasn't real love. I know that now. But at the time, it seemed totally real to me. There was nothing I could do. And ever since the wedding, you've been giving me these horrible looks. You have such intelligent, suspicious eyes.
Oh, let's just make up and forget all about it.
You can't approach the world that way. It doesn't look good on you. You have to trust people. I know it's hard, but otherwise life is unbearable.
Tell me something as a friend. And be honest. Are you happy?
No!
I knew it. All right. One more question. And answer honestly. Would you? I mean, if you could, would you marry a younger man?
You're such a little girl. Of course I would. Ask me something else.
You like the doctor?
Very much.
I must look so stupid right now. It's obvious, isn't it?
Oh,
He's gone, but I can still hear his footsteps and his voice. I look in dark windows and I think I see his face there looking back at me. Oh God, I need to talk to somebody about this. But we have to be quiet. Oh, humiliating. Let's go to my room. Am I acting like an idiot? Be honest. Tell me something about him.
what do you want me to say?
He's smart. He knows about everything. He can do anything. He heals people. He plants forests.
Smart, but it's more than just medicine and forests, sweetie. He's a genius. Brave, he's free thinking. He has a vision to plant a sapling and then to actually care about what happens to it 1,000 years from now. To think that hard about the future of humanity. People like him are rare and they deserve love. Of course, he drinks and he's a little vulgar.
A little bit.
He's Russian. He's talented. He's not going to be a Puritan. Think about what his life is like. He travels on muddy roads across great distances, through blizzards and rain, working with people who are dirty and sick and needy. I think it would be possible to stay clean and sober for very long. You deserve happiness. I wish you happiness from the bottom of my heart. Me? I'm boring. I'm like a minor character in a play with my music in this house, in all my love affairs. For my whole life, I've always been a minor character. Just between the two of us, Sonia. When I think about it, I am very, very unhappy. Nothing makes me happy. No. Why are you laughing?
Oh no. No. Just so happy.
Okay. I want to play something right now.
Play. I can't sleep anyway. Play.
Wait. Your father is still up. When he feels sick, music irritates him. Go ask him if it's all right, and then I'll play.
I'll be right back.
Ah, I haven't played in ages. I'll play and I'll cry. I'll cry like a fool. Are you making that noise, Yefim?
Yep, it's me.
You have to stop. The professor's not feeling well.
All right, I'll go. Come on, doggies. Zhushka, Malchik, Zhushka.
He said no. So.
Act 3. The living room in Syerebryakov's house. It is midday. Vanya and Sonia are sitting while Yelena walks around the room lost in thought.
Herr Professor has graciously requested we all meet in this room at 1 o'clock. It's 1:45. He wants to make an announcement.
Maybe it's about a new project.
Oh, come on. He doesn't have any new projects. He just writes gibberish and bitches and complains. That's it.
Uncle.
Oh, sorry. Look at you. She's just reeling from boredom. Cute, my dear. Very cute.
Well, you buzz around this house all day like a fly. Don't you ever get tired? And I am bored. I'm dying of boredom. I don't know what to do.
You know, there's plenty to do if you're up for it.
For instance,
You could help out around the house. You could teach. You could help the sick and the dying. Before you and Papa came, Uncle Vanya and I used to sell flour at the market.
fine. But I don't know how to do any of that. Anyway, it's not interesting. That kind of thing only happens in novels. I mean, someone like me, someone who's what, I should go knock on people's doors and offer to miraculously heal and teach them?
You could teach. I don't understand why you won't at least try it. You'd get used to it after a while. Don't be bored. I know you don't know what to do with yourself, but boredom is contagious. Look, Uncle Vanya doesn't know what to do with himself anymore. He follows you around like a shadow. I abandoned my chores just to talk to you. I can't help it. We used to have to beg the doctor to come visit us, and now he's here almost every day. He's completely forgotten about his patients and the forest. You've put us all under your spell. You're like a witch.
See, there's no reason to go around feeling bad for yourself. Come on, clever girl, think about it. You have mermaid blood flowing through your veins, so be a mermaid. Let yourself go for once in your life. Find yourself a merman and plop into the sea. Leave Herr Professor and the rest of us just standing here to shore with our arms outstretched.
Leave me alone! This is cruel.
No, my dear. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
An angel wouldn't have patience for this.
I'll bring you some roses as a peace offering. I gathered a bouquet for you this morning. Autumn roses. Lovely, sad roses.
Autumn roses. Lovely, sad roses. It's September already. How are we going to get through the winter? Where's the doctor?
He's in Uncle Vanya's room. He's writing something. Listen, I'm glad Uncle Vanya left. I have to talk to you about something.
What about?
What about?
Oh, now. Enough.
I'm not pretty.
Oh, you have beautiful hair.
No. When a woman isn't pretty, people always say you have beautiful eyes or you have beautiful hair. I have loved him for 6 years now. I love him more than my own mother. I hear him everywhere. I feel his hand pressing into mine. I sit and I stare at the door, convinced that he's about to walk in. That's it. And I keep running to you to talk about it. He comes to visit us every day and he barely looks at me. He doesn't see me, and I'm in agony. I am losing hope. I used to be strong, and now I stay up all night praying, and I walk up to him, and I make these pathetic attempts to start a conversation. I look him right in the eye, and I have no pride left. I can't control myself. Yesterday, I told Uncle Vanya, and all the servants know. Everyone knows.
Does he know?
No, he barely notices me.
He's a strange man. You know what? Let me talk to him. I'll be very careful. I'll just drop a few hints. Really, how long can you stay like this, not knowing? Let me talk to him. He either loves you or he doesn't. It won't be hard to find out. Oh, sweetie, don't look so worried. I'll be so careful. He won't even know what's happening. All we need to find out is yes or no. If the answer is no, he shouldn't come here anymore. Agreed? It would be easier if you didn't see him all the time. Find out right now. He wanted to show me some of his drawings anyway. Go get him. Tell him I want to talk to him.
You'll tell me the truth. You won't lie to me.
Of course. I think the truth, whatever it turns out to be, is never as frightening as uncertainty. Trust me, sweetie.
All right. I'll tell him you want to see him. Maybe not knowing is better. At least then you have hope.
What?
Nothing.
There's nothing worse than knowing someone's secret and not being able to help. He's not in love with her. That's obvious. But he should marry her anyway. She's not beautiful, but for someone his age, a country doctor, she would be the perfect wife. She's smart, she's kind, she's got a good heart. No, that's not it. I understand her. Poor thing. Living in a place like this, everything is so desperately boring. Instead of people, there are all these gray spots wandering around, having banal conversations. The only thing that matters is what they had to eat or drink or how long they slept. And then he comes along. So different, interesting, handsome, a good talker, like a bright moon in a dark sky. It would be so easy to succumb to someone like him, to forget everything. I guess I'm a little captivated myself. Yes, I feel bored when he's not around. I'm smiling now just thinking about him. And Uncle Vanya says, I have mermaid blood. Let yourself go for once in your life. Is that what I should do? Open the cage, fly away from all of you, from your tired faces, from the boring conversations, forget that any of you ever existed. But I'm a coward. My conscience would torment me. He comes here every day now. And I know why. I already feel guilty. I want to fall on my knees before Sonia and cry.
Hello. You wanted to see my work.
Yesterday you said you would show me. Is now a bad time? Are you free?
Of course. Oh, so where were you born?
Petersburg,
Hmm. And where were you educated?
at the conservatory.
Well, you probably won't find this very interesting.
Why not? I don't know much about the countryside, but I've read a lot.
Let's see. I have a table here in the house in Ivan Petrovich's room. When I'm overtired or fed up with work, I drop everything and I hurry over here and I spend hours amusing myself with this thing. Ivan Petrovich and Sophia Alexandrovna, they work right near me, clicking away at their accounts as I sit at my little table and I daub my little paintbrush and I feel very warm and peaceful. I listen to the crickets chirp outside, but I don't allow myself that pleasure very often, about once a month. Now, look, this is our district, the way it looked 50 years ago. The dark green and the light green represent the forest. You can see the entire district was forest. The red cross hatching on top of the green, that's where the animals are. Elk and goats and, well, I'm showing both the flora and the fauna. This lake over here, this lake had swans, geese, and ducks. A whole heap of birds. That's what the old men used to say. Just, thousands and thousands of birds. You can't even imagine. And when they were in flight, it was like this giant dark cloud. Okay. In addition to the countryside and the village, you can see, scattered around are these little settlements, tiny farms, homesteads, not estates. Oh, here's a couple of monasteries. There's a water mill. Oh, and there were a lot of cattle and horses. Everything was. Oh, that's the blue. See, in this section, I applied the blue very, very thickly because, there were entire herds and horses in every backyard. Oh, now look down here. This is a map of our district 25 years ago. Now, just a third of the district is covered by forests. There are no goats anymore. There are just a few elk left. The green and the blue are faded, and so on and so on. Now we come to the third part, our district at present. The green is scattered now. It only exists in tiny patches. The elk are gone. The swans are gone. No more wood grouse, no more little homesteads or monasteries. This is a map of gradual and undeniable degradation. A degradation that will take about 10 to 15 years to complete. Now, you might argue that this is progress, that this is civilization, that the old has to step aside for the new. Well, and I would understand that argument if in place of these forests, there were paved roads or schools or train tracks. Oh, anything that made the population healthier or wealthier or smarter, but it's nothing of the kind. No, we still have the same swamps and mosquitoes and passable roads, and there's more poverty and typhus and diphtheria than ever. More fires. Yeah, no, this is degradation of the land. This is the results of man's pointless battle for survival. This degradation comes from ignorance, from a total lack of self-awareness, from freezing, sick, hungry people, desperate, who instinctively grab at anything that could relieve their hunger or provide warmth for their children. Everything is destroyed in the name of survival, and nobody thinks about the day after tomorrow. I mean, look, this land has been ruined, and nothing has been given back to nature. I can tell from your expression you don't find this interesting at all.
Oh, it's just that I understand very little.
Well,
of
there's nothing to understand. It's boring.
Look, honestly, I'm distracted. Forgive me. I have to subject you to a kind of interrogation, and I'm
An
embarrassed.
interrogation.
Yes, an interrogation, but an innocent one. Let's sit. It concerns a young lady. Let's see. I want us to talk honestly as friends, and I'm not going to beat around the bush. So we'll have this conversation, and then we won't speak of it again. All right?
Sure.
It's about my stepdaughter, Sonia. Do you like her?
Yes, I have a great deal of respect for her.
Do you like her as a woman?
No.
All right. Another 2 or 3 words, and this will be over. You haven't noticed anything?
Nothing.
I understand. You don't love her. I see it in your eyes. But she's suffering. You have to understand that, and you have to stop coming here.
That's fine. My time has passed. I'm too busy, and I mean, and when would I?
What an unpleasant conversation. Oh, I've been so worried. Well, this is a weight off my mind. Thank God it's over. We'll act like it never happened, but you have to leave. You're a smart man. You understand why. Yes, well, I'm blushing.
You told me a month or 2 ago, I might have considered it, but now, if she's suffering, then of course. But there's still one thing I don't understand. Why did you conduct this little interrogation? You're very crafty.
What does that mean?
Very, very crafty. All right. So maybe Sonia's suffering. I'll concede that point, but why were you so eager to interrogate me? Come on. Don't look so surprised. You know perfectly well I come here every day. You know who I'm coming to see. Oh, come on, you little vixen. Don't look at me like that. I've been around the block.
Vixen? I don't understand what you're saying.
Oh, you're a wild little minx, aren't you? You require a live sacrifice. I haven't done anything for an entire month. I've dropped everything. That's how much I want. Oh, and stop pretending like you don't love this kind of attention. This is very appealing to you. This is just what you wanted. What happens next? You've defeated me. You already knew that before you conducted your little interrogation. I submit. Take me. Bite into my head.
You're out of your mind.
Oh, you're being coy.
I'm better than you think. I will not stoop to. I swear to you,
Listen. I'll leave today. I won't come back. But where can we meet? Tell me quickly. Where? Someone could walk in. God, you're wonderful. You're so luxurious. Your hair. I just want to smell your hair. Let me just kiss your hair. I mean, I want to smell it. I just want to.
to you.
Why swear? There's no need to swear. We don't have to talk about it. Look how beautiful you are, and your hands, your beautiful hands.
Enough. That's leave. You've forgotten yourself.
Just say it. Where will we meet tomorrow? It's inevitable. We have to see each other.
He kisses her. At the same time, Vanya enters with a bouquet of roses. He comes to a stop at the door.
Oh God, spare me, please, please leave me alone. No!
Come to the forest tomorrow. 2:00. Yes, you will come.
Let go of me. Oh, this is horrible.
It's nothing, of course. It's nothing.
Hello, Ivan Petrovich. Weather's not bad today. It was cloudy in the morning, but looks like it won't rain for a while. But now the sun is out. It's been a nice autumn. Crops are doing well this year. I guess the only downside is the days are shorter.
You have to help me. My husband and I need to leave this house. We need to leave today. Are you listening to me? Today!
What? Yes, fine. Whatever you want. I saw everything coming.
Are you listening to me? We need to leave today.
Well, to be honest, Your Excellency, I'm not in perfect health. I've been sick for days now. You know, my head is a little bit.
Where is everyone? This house, it's like labyrinth. 26 rooms, you can never find anyone. Tell Maya, Yaslina, Angelina, and Rivna to come immediately.
I'm right here.
Please, everyone, sit.
What did he say?
Let's talk about it later.
You're shaking. You're upset. I understand. He said he won't come here anymore? Yes? Just tell me, yes?
I found this, that it's possible to make peace with bad things. That's the way things go sometimes. But what I can't understand is how you people live in this country. It's like I've fallen onto some strange planet. Take a seat, ladies and gentlemen, please. Sonia. She's not listening. You, Danny, please sit. Ladies and gentlemen, please hang your ears, as they say, on the nail of attention.
I'm not needed. Can I go?
No, you're needed here more than anyone else.
What do you want from me?
You. Why do you seem so angry? If I'm guilty before Vanya, pardon me, please.
Oh, just stop it and tell me what you want.
And here is man. I will begin. Well, I've asked you all to come here, gentlemen, in order to tell you that a government inspector will be coming to visit us. All jokes aside, I'm here to discuss something quite serious. I've gathered you all to ask for your help in it once. As you know, I'm a scholar or absent-minded professor, and I've never been very good at the practical side of life. I've always needed the help of you people, like yourself, Ivan Petrovich, and of course you, Ilya Levich, and of course you, dear Mamet. Let's see. Menet omna una nox. That is, we all walk under God. I'm old, I am sick, and I think it's important that we settle my affairs in as much and in so far as it concerns my family. My life is almost over, so I'm not thinking of myself. But I have a young wife and an unmarried daughter. To continue living in this country is impossible. It's become clear that we are not made for this place. And you all know we can't live on the city in the just of the profits from the state. If we were to sell, for example, the forest, that would get us a small sum of money, but no annual salary. You see, it's important that we seek out a continuous and more or less specified source of income. Omitting the details, let me propose to you an outline of a still very general idea. The state yields an average rate of no greater than 2%. I propose that we sell it. If we convert the cash from liquidation into interest-bearing securities, we'll receive between 4 and 5%. And if I'm correct, I believe there will be a surplus of several thousands that will allow us to purchase a not too large data in Finland.
I'm sorry. I think I misheard you. Can you repeat what you just said?
We could convert the money into interest-bearing securities and use the remaining to buy service in a dacha.
No, not that part. The other part. There was something else.
I propose that we sell the state.
That's it. Yes. We'll sell the estate. Excellent. That's brilliant. What a brilliant idea. And what do you propose that I do along with my decrepit mother and Sonia here?
All of this will be decided in time, not right away.
I just realized something. Until now, I've been operating under a false assumption. Until now, I had some insane, nonsensical idea that this estate belongs to Sonia. Yes, my late father bought this place as a dowry for my sister. But I was naive. I didn't know that the law was Turkish to you. And so I thought that this estate was being passed down from my sister to her daughter, Sonia.
Yes, the state belongs to Sonia. Nobody's disputing that. Without Sonia's agreement, I wouldn't sell it. Although I do think this would be a wise move for her.
This is unfathomable. I can't. It's unfathomable. Either I've lost my mind or
John, please do not contradict him. Alexander knows better than us. He knows these things.
Someone get me some water. Say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want to me.
I don't understand why you're getting so worked up. I'm not saying my idea is perfect. If everyone thinks it's unsuitable, I won't pursue it.
Your Excellency, I also have reverence for academia and a family connection to it as well. And it might interest you to know that my brother Grigory Ilovich, his wife's brother, maybe you know him, is Konstantin Tremovich Legdemirnov. He held a master's.
Hang on, Waffles! We're talking about something. Actually, you know what? You should ask him because this estate belonged to his father.
What do you want me to ask him? What's the point?
This estate was bought for what was in those days the equivalent of 95,000. Father paid 70,000 and a debt of 25,000 remained. Now, listen to me. My father would have never bought this estate if I hadn't refused my inheritance from my sister, whom I loved with my entire being. What's more, I worked here for decades. I worked like an ox. I am the one who paid off all this debt.
I regret starting this conversation.
This estate is debt-free and this house is standing still because of me, because of the work that I put into it. And now that I'm old, you're just gonna drag me up on my neck.
I don't understand why you're getting so worked up. I merely have started this.
5 years! I managed this entire estate. I have worked. I've sent you money. I've been groveling like your little bookkeeper, and not once in 25 years did you even thank me. I receive the same salary from you. 500 rubles a year. A beggar can make more, and not once has it occurred to you to raise my salary. Not once!
But Ivan Petrovich, how would I have known? I'm not a practical person. I don't understand these things. You could have given yourself a raise however much you wanted.
Why didn't I steal? Is that what you're asking? You're holding me accountable because I didn't steal? That was the right thing to do?
Don!
Vanya, don't do this. Please don't do this. I'm shaking. Why ruin a good friendship? Please don't do this.
For 25 years, I have been holed up here with my mother. All of our thoughts and feelings belong to you. We spent days talking about your work, bragging to people about you. We spoke your name like you were some kind of saint. I spent nights reading idiotic academic journals and books, all of which I have now come to despise.
Don't do this, Vanya. Please don't do this. I can't.
You were above us.
What do you want from me?
You were above us. You were some kind of embodiment of some kind of supreme order. We could recite your essays by heart. And now my eyes have been opened. I see everything. You write about art, but you understand nothing about art. All of your writing, all of your essays, they aren't worth half a kopeck. So, congratulations, you fooled everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, will someone please calm him down? I'm leaving.
Ivan Petrovich, you have to stop talking.
I will not stop talking! I'm not finished. You've ruined my life. I never lived. Thanks to you, I destroyed the best years of my life. You are my worst enemy.
I'm leaving. This is hell. I can't take it anymore.
My life is over. I'm talented. I'm smart. If I had a normal adulthood, I could have been a Schopenhauer or a Dostoevsky. Oh, God. Oh, I'm going crazy. I've lost my mind. Mother? Mother, I'm in despair. Help me, Mother.
You have to listen to Alexander.
Yechka.
Mother, help me. What do I do? No. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I know what I have to do. You will all remember me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just please keep that lunatic away from me. I can't live under one roof with him anymore. He lives there. That's right beside me. He has to move into town or to other part of the house, or I'll move out. But I can't stay with him in this house anymore.
We're leaving today. We have to leave today.
He's a non-entity. He's a non-entity.
Papa, please be kind to him. Uncle Vanya and I are so unhappy. Please have a little mercy. Remember when you were younger, Uncle Vanya and Babushka would stay up all night translating books for you and they'd copy out your papers. They'd be up all night long. Uncle Vanya and I never took a kopeck for ourselves. We wanted to send everything to you. And he's a good man, Papa. I'm not saying this well, but you have to understand what we've been through. Have a little mercy.
For God's sake, Alexander, go and reason with him.
Fine, I'll go and reason with him. I'm not blaming him for anything. I'm not even the daddy. But you have to agree that he's behaving inappropriately. I'll go and find him.
Be gentle with him. Try to calm him down.
Nanechka. Nanechka.
It's nothing, little girl. The ganders squawk and then stop, squawk and then stop.
Nanechka.
You're shaking like you've been out in the cold. Now, my little orphan, God is merciful. Some linden tea, maybe some raspberry, and this will pass too. Don't cry, little orphan girl. Those ganders need to take a rest. Sometimes I wish they'd all just fall in a hole.
A shot rings out off stage.
Stop him, someone hold him back. He's lost his mind.
Give it to me. God damn it, give it to me.
Let me go, Helen! Let me go! Where is he? Big! Did I get him?
Nanechka.
You can all go to hell.
Take me away from here. Take me away, kill me. I can't stay here another minute.
What am I doing?
God.
Act 4. Vanya's room. This is his bedroom and also the office for the estate. There is a large table at the window covered with his accounting books and all sorts of papers. There is a smaller table for Astrov. It is an autumn evening, quiet. Telyagin and Marina sit facing each other, winding wool for knitting.
Whoa, hurry up, Marina. Timofeyevna. They're about to say goodbye.
There's not much left.
They're leaving for Kharkov. They're gonna live there.
Mm-hmm. It's for the best.
They got scared. I won't stay here another half hour, said Yelena Andreevna. We're leaving. We have to go. We live in Kharkov, she said. We'll find a place and they'll send for our things. So they're traveling light. I guess it is not their destiny to live here. God's will.
It's for the best. They've been stirring things up. That shooting. It's disgraceful.
Yes, it was a scene worthy of Ivanovsky.
To witness such a thing at my age.
Oh.
We'll go back to living the way we did before. Morning tea before 8, lunch before 1, and in the evenings we'll sit down to a nice supper, the way people do everywhere, the Christian way. It's been such a long time since I've tasted noodles.
Oh, yes. This house had not seen noodles in a very long time. A very long time. You know what happened to me this morning, Marina Timofeyevna? I was walking through the town and the shopkeeper came running out after me and he shouted, "Hey, you, moocher!" It hurt my feelings.
Oh, don't pay any attention to him, sweetie. We're all God's moochers. You, me, Sonia, Ivan Petrovich. We know how to work hard and we all contribute in our way. Where is Sonia?
In the garden. She's with the doctor. They're looking for Ivan Petrovich. They're afraid he's going to hurt himself.
Oh dear. Where is that gun?
I hid it in the basement.
Bad boy.
Leave me alone. You two. Both of you. Everyone, go away. Just give me an hour to myself. Oh, I can't take this. I can't stand watching you watch me all like this.
Of course, Vanya, right away.
Oh, you're such an old gander. Wah, wah, wah.
Well. You. Go away.
I'd be glad to. I've actually needed to leave for a while, but I repeat, I'm not going until you give back to me what you took.
I didn't take anything from you.
I'm serious. Don't make me follow you around. I need to get out of here.
I said I didn't take anything from you.
Fine, then I'll stay a little bit longer. But eventually, I'm going to use force. I'll tie you up and search you, Vanya. I'm absolutely serious.
Whatever you want. I look like an idiot. To shoot someone twice and not kill them. Ugh. I'll never forgive myself.
If you didn't want to miss, you should have aimed at your own forehead.
It's so strange. I've attempted murder, but no one is arresting me, and no one is taking me to court. You know what? That just means you all think I'm crazy. I'm a madman. Yes, I'm a madman, but people who listen to the professor, that old magician, and the people who deny his lack of talent and his stupidity and his heartlessness, those people aren't mad at all. People who marry old men that they can't even stand, no, those people are perfectly sane. I saw you kiss her.
All right, fine. I kissed her. And you know what I have to say about that?
It's terrible what the world lets people like you get away with.
All right, shut up. This is stupid.
Why? I'm a madman. I'm not responsible. I have the right to talk nonsense.
This joke is getting old. You're not a madman. You're a fool and you're a creep. You know, I used to think that being a creep meant you were sick or abnormal, but lately I've come to the conclusion that we're all creeps. Everyone in this world behaving naturally is a complete creep. So the truth is, Vanya, you're perfectly normal.
I'm so ashamed. If only you knew how ashamed I am. It's like this sharp, this very acute feeling of shame. It's worse than any physical pain. It's unbearable. What do I do? What do I do?
Nothing.
Give me something for the pain? Oh, God, I'm 47. Let's say I live to be 60. Oh, I still have 13 more years. That's so long. How do I keep going for 13 more years? How will I fill my days? You have to understand. Please understand. If I could start over, if I could just wake up on a clear, quiet morning, and I know that something new is beginning and that the past has all been forgotten, that it drifted away like some kind of smoke. To begin a new life. Please tell me, how do I begin? Where do I begin?
All right, look. There is no other new life out there. We have the same predicament. It's hopeless.
Yes.
Well, I'm convinced of this.
Please, give me something. It's burning. I tell you, it's burning up.
Stop it. Look, 100 or 200 years from now, there will be people who will look back and laugh at us because we lived our lives so foolishly and tastelessly. Maybe those people will have found a way to be happy, but you and I have only one hope left. The hope that when we're finally laid to rest in our graves, that the visions that greet us will not be unpleasant. Listen, brother, in this entire district, there used to be only 2 respectable, intelligent people, you and me. But in 10 years, this way of living has dragged us down both. It's poisoned our blood, and we become vulgar, just like everybody else. But all of this is a distraction, isn't it? You need to give me back what you took from me.
I didn't take anything from you.
You took morphine out of my bag. Listen, if you really want to end your life, walk into the forest and go shoot yourself in the head. But give me back my morphine, or else they'll talk and they'll think I gave it to you. It'll be enough trying to perform your autopsy. You think that's going to be fun for me?
Leave me alone.
Sophia Alexandrovna, your uncle has taken a vial of morphine and he won't give it back. Tell him this is stupid and I don't have time for it. I have to go.
Uncle Vanya, did you take that vial of morphine?
He took it. I'm positive.
Give it back. Why are you doing this to us? Give it back, Uncle Vanya. I'm probably just as unhappy as you are, but I'm not giving in to despair. I endure my unhappiness, and I will endure it until my life comes to its natural end. You have to endure it too. You're a good man. Take pity on all of us and give it back. You can endure the pain, Uncle Vanya. Endure it.
Here, take it. But we have to start working again. And now we have to do something. Otherwise, I can't.
Yes.
Can't.
Yes. Right after we see them off, we'll sit down to work. We've let everything go.
I'll be on my way.
Ivan Petrovich, are you here? We're leaving. Go find Alexander. He wants to tell you something.
Come on, Uncle Vanya. Let's go. You and Papa need to make up. It's important.
I'm leaving. Say goodbye.
Already?
The horses are waiting.
Goodbye.
You promised me that you'd leave today.
I remember. I'm going to. You're afraid. Is it really that frightening?
Yes.
That means you've thought about staying. Well, look, tomorrow, come to the forest.
No, it's already been decided. That's why I can look you in the eyes right now. I know I'm leaving, but let me ask you for one thing. Think better of me. I want you to respect me.
Just stay. I'm asking you to stay. Admit that there's nothing productive left for you to do in this world. Admit that your entire life has been unremarkable and you're bored. And sooner or later, you're going to give in to your feelings anyway. I'm telling you, it's unavoidable. And it shouldn't happen somewhere in Kharkov or Kursk. It should happen right here in the open air. It's beautiful. It's autumn. It would be poetic. There's a forest and there's lots of dilapidated Turgenev mansions.
You're funny. I'm angry at you, but still, I'll always remember you with pleasure. You're an interesting, original person, and since we're never going to see each other again, I'm not going to lie, I was captivated by you. Well, let's shake hands and part as friends. Think good thoughts about me.
All right, go. You know, it's not that you're a bad person. You seem to be sincere enough. There's just something deeply strange about you. You came here with your husband, and everyone had to drop their work, spend time taking care of you. You both infected all of us with your uselessness. I was infatuated. I did nothing for an entire month. People got sick. And the peasants used my new forest to graze their livestock. Wherever you and your husband go, you bring destruction. I'm joking, of course, but this is very strange. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, if you stayed, this destruction would have been enormous. It would have been the end of me, and you would have gotten into a lot of trouble. So, go. Finita la commedia.
I'm taking your pencil.
God, it's so strange. We get to know each other, and now we're never going to see each other again. That's how the world works, I guess. Look, no one is here. Before Uncle Vanya walks in with his flowers, let me kiss you. A goodbye kiss, yes?
He kisses her on the cheek.
Well, all right, that was very nice.
I wish you the best. Oh God. Here goes. For once in my life.
She embraces him fully, impulsively, and then they both immediately walk away from each other.
I need to go.
Then go, quickly, please. The horses are ready, go.
Someone's coming.
Anita.
He who dwells in past shall have his eyes plucked out. I've had so many strange experiences and reconsidered so many things in the past few hours that I now feel equipped to write an entire treatise on how to live for the benefit of future generations. I accept your apology and I leave asking for your forgiveness. Goodbye.
You'll be receiving the same amount you received before. Every month, on time. Everything will go back to the way it was.
Mammon,
Alexander, have someone take your picture and then send me the photograph. You are so precious to me.
Farewell, Excellency. Don't forget about us.
Goodbye, Sonia. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for excellent company. I respect your way of thinking and your enthusiasm and spontaneity. But allow an old man some parting words, just one observation. Do something with your lives, ladies and gentlemen. You must always take action and do something. I wish you all the best. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Forgive me. We will never see each other again.
Goodbye, sweet man.
Hey, Waffles. Tell them to get my horses ready.
I hear you loud and clear, my friend.
Why don't you see them off?
They can go. But I can't. This is too difficult. I need something to occupy myself. Work.
They're gone. Don't worry, the professor is happy, and he'll never come back. Not for anything in the world.
They're gone.
They're gone. God willing, they'll arrive safely. Well, Uncle Vanya, let's do something.
Work.
It's been a long time since we've sat down at this table together. And there's no ink. I'm sad they're gone.
They're gone.
All right, Uncle Vanya, let's do the accounts first. We let everything go. They came for them again today. You do one account, and I'll do another.
Count number. Mr.
Time for Betty bye.
It's quiet now. Just the scratching of your pens. The cricket chirping. It's so warm and cozy. I don't want to leave. My horses are almost ready. And all that's left is goodbye. Goodbye to you, my friends, and goodbye to you, my little table. Off we go.
What's the hurry? Sit with us for a while.
I can't.
And that we have 75.
Your horses are waiting, Mikhail Lovovich.
Yes, I heard. Here, take these and be careful not to bend the portfolio.
Oh, well, of course.
Well,
When will we see you again?
no, probably not before the summer. Winter is unlikely. If anything happens, if you need me, just let me know. I'll come. Thank you for the food and for the hospitality and your kindness. Thanks for everything, I guess. Goodbye, old dear.
Just like that, you're leaving without having tea.
Oh, I don't want any nanny.
Maybe a teeny weeny drop of vodka?
Maybe. Oh, my horse is limping for some reason. I noticed yesterday when Petrushka went to walk it.
Have it reshoed.
I'll have to go to the blacksmith in Rostonievsko. Guess there's no avoiding it. It must be very hot in Africa right now.
Uh-huh. Probably.
Drink up. To your health, sweetie pie. Have bread with it.
Ooh. No, I'll have it like this. All right, goodbye. Don't see me off, Nanny. It isn't necessary.
February 2nd. Vegetable oil, 20 pounds. Bread, 20 pounds. Black kashka, 20 pounds.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Altogether, that's 15, 20, and 2, 75.
We're all sinners. Every one of us.
It's so difficult for me. If only you knew how difficult it was.
Well, what can we do? We have to live. We'll live, Uncle Vanya. We'll live through a long, long row of days and drawn out evenings. We'll endure the trials that fate sends us. We'll work for others, and finally, in our old age, having never known peace, when our hour comes, die. And from beyond the grave, we'll be able to look back and say that we suffered, that we wept, that we were bitter, and God will take pity on us. And you and I, dear Uncle Vanya, will see a radiant new life. Beautiful, full of grace. And we'll smile, and we'll look back tenderly on our past unhappiness. And we'll rest. I believe this, Uncle. I believe in it passionately. We'll rest. We'll rest. We'll hear the angels. We'll see the entire sky lit up in diamonds. Our suffering drown in a divine mercy that fills. Be quiet and gentle and still and tender and sweet. I believe that. I do. Poor Uncle Vanya. You're crying. You've never known happiness, but hold on. We'll rest. We'll rest. We'll rest.
End of play.